video, we're going to talk about some known furry scams and how to protect yourself from them. Now, scams are quite rare actually in the fandom, you don't see them that often, but it's still really important to know how to identify one and protect yourself from them. So let's get right into it. So the first scam I'm going to talk about was actually well known not long ago, which was the fursuit scam. Now, this can happen in two different ways. You can commission a maker to make you one, and you pay it all and you never receive it. Or you buy a second-hand one and they just don't send it. They literally rip you off. There's also actually a third one where you do pay for it and they send you one, but it's really badly made and it's nothing like what they said it was or the picture showed, so that's another one to keep in mind. So with this one, when you're coming to buying secondhand, suits, or you commission a maker, you want to do a lot of research on the seller. You want to, see if there's been any reviews about them in the past of them scamming. You want to read the actual reviews themselves. You want to, again, do some research into the maker. And if they are selling a pre-made or they're selling a second-hand suit, you want to do research into that suit and character, because sometimes people steal images of them off other sellers or even other people who actually own them still, and claim that they're them, if you know what I mean. So make sure to do a lot of research into the character and the suit itself. Make sure that it isn't actually owned by somebody else, if you know what I mean. So yeah, what you want to do is to really these are kind of hard to identify. These you should just cover your background, if you know what I mean. So cover yourself, so doing research into the maker, doing research into the character / suit, making sure obviously nobody owns it, or obviously if you commission one, then just all you need to do is really do some research into the maker and make sure they're not a scammer, or they're not well known for making really crappy cheap suits when you pay a lot of money for them. Now there is also another way which we're about to get into now, which is through PayPal. Now this next step protecting yourself should be fine with any sort of commission or anything like that. Now if you're commissioning an artist, or again buying a suit or anything like that, make sure when you send the payment you send it as a business transaction. Do not send it as a friend or family transaction. When you send money to a commission, you're sending money to the artist to commission them, it will always come up with an option saying, if it's a personal transaction or business transaction. Now, if they say to you to send it as a personal transaction, like a family one, I recommend just getting out of that. They're trying to scam you, most likely. The reason I say this is, if you send it as a family / friend transaction, you will not be able to claim your money back if you get scammed from PayPal. If you send it as a business transaction and then you do get scammed, you can contact PayPal and they'll do a full investigation to it and most likely will give your money back. So that's why I'm saying to use the business transaction, because that's how you protect yourself if you do get scammed, so you do have a way to get your money back. Now the next scam I'm going to go through is the persona adoption scam. Now this one happens more often than the others. I've seen this happen on Amino a few times. It's again rare, but it still happens. But this is where people steal the designs, or actually steal a character off of somebody and resells them as adopts. So make sure you do a lot of research into the adopt that somebody's selling. Make sure again they actually own the character and they haven't ripped it off or anything like that. And just really do research. I mean, the best way to really prevent stuff like this is research, looking into the person who's selling it, looking into the characters themselves. Who were they owned by in the past? Are they still owned by somebody and this seller's selling them when they don't own them, if you know what I mean? So yeah, well there we are. There are some scams I know of and some ways to prevent them and to protect yourself from them. Now I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you know any others, put them down below in the description side of the comments. I am going to probably be making a part 2 very soon to update you guys on the scams, because I want to make sure you guys know the current scams going on. So I'm going to do a bit more research into all of it, because I want you guys to be protected, because you don't know what people are like this day and age. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and just remember, be careful next time you buy something, and make sure to cover your back, just in case if you do get scammed. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.